What we have for you today is the Aguila Sniper Subsonic. We're going to be testing it against some other rounds, Aguila Cobra, which is pretty much just a primer and very small projectile, and some value pack Walmart Federal ammo. We're going to show you accuracy comparison. We're going to put it through a number of different suppressors and through a number of different guns just to show you how this round performs. The first firearm I'll be using is Model 74. Just to give us a test group, we're going to be using the Federal ammunition just to see how well the gun shoots, and then we'll test out the more exotic ammunition with it. So as you can see, that's where we're hitting with the Federal ammunition out of the Model 74. Now we're going to do 5 rounds of the Aguila Cobras, which are pretty much just the primer in a very, very light round, so we'll see where they're hitting. And then we'll do the 60 grain Sniper Subsonics. You can actually hear it hitting the paper. You barely hear the round going off. Okay, well, the Aguila Cobras seem to be affected by wind a lot, which makes sense considering they weigh practically nothing and there's nothing behind them. As you can see, there's one right here, and one there, one there, one there. I don't know where the 5th one went, so definitely not as accurate as the Federals, which are all in a nice little group right here. So let's see how these 60 grains hold up. I'll go ahead and tape this up. Alright, now we're going to do the 60 grain Sniper Subsonics from Aguila. See how they perform. That sounded like it's got something behind it. It's funny because you can actually feel the difference between these and the Federal. This has just a little bit more kick to it. It's still nothing because it's a 22, but you can feel that this has more mass behind it. Okay, now that's not bad. It got a nice little group. It hit a little higher than the Federals, but it did get a nice grouping. It wasn't anything like the Cobras, which were just all over the place. This actually got a decent grouping. We're going to go ahead and try these with a little more accurate gun and see how it performs through that. This is my Mossberg & Sons 46M. We're doing a test group with the Federals now. As you can see, that Mossberg is dead on. It always is. So we'll see how it does with the 60 grain Sniper Subsonics. We're also going to test to see if it feeds all right in that bolt action. It's tube fed, so I'm a little worried about that long projectile. We'll see how it does. Alright, we got the Mossberg & Sons 46M. So seems to be feeding all right. See how it shoots. Alright, that didn't do nearly as well, and I already see the problem. Look at this. It's actually going in there sideways. It's doing that for all of them. It's entering the target not perfectly straight. It's actually tumbling through the air. So either the wind is pushing it or something's happening, but it's actually going in diagonally. It's not flying straight. I have no idea why it would do that, but as you can see, it is. Alright, I've never seen a bullet do that before, so at least not at 25 yards. So we're going to give that a shot again. I'm going to try it through 2 different rifles to see if it has the same effect. Because I don't recall seeing it tumble like that when I shot it through this gun. So let's give it a shot again. It could be that this one has a tighter bore or something that's slowing the round down. It doesn't have enough oomph to get it through this because it has a longer barrel. I don't know what the problem is, but we're going to try it through this again and see if it has the same effect. Okay, this is interesting. As you can see with this gun, it didn't do that. It actually performed very well through that gun. Alright, try it with the Mossberg again. Same deal again, it's tumbling. You can see the long marks here. That one, it went almost completely sideways. Same with that one was completely sideways. And we got 2 marks here that went straight through. So for some reason those flew straight. These ones did not. They flew sideways apparently. Okay, I've solved the mystery of why the Sniper Subsonic is tumbling through the air with my Mossberg. I called a friend of mine who uses this round in suppressors, and as it turns out, the firearm you're using has to have a very quick twist. It's not recommended to be used in pistols for that reason, but it has to have a very quick twist in order for this round to stabilize in flight, so that's why you're seeing it tumble through the air. Federal, no problem. That Mossberg is a tack driver with normal Federal ammunition, but it does not have a quick enough twist to stabilize this round in flight, so there's a problem with that particular firearm using this round. Now, other firearms you have may perform just fine with this. If you want to use this ammunition, I suggest picking up 1 box of it, testing in your firearm, see if it works, because you may have the same results as I do with the Mossberg, and that would suck if you bought a whole brick of it. So make sure to test it before you buy a whole lot of this ammo. Alright, we're using the NAA 22 long rifle. We're shooting the Aguila Cobras, the very small rounds, just to show you how those work. Then we're going to use the Federals and then the 60 grain Sniper Subsonics, just to show you how it sounds through all of these. Now the Federals. Now for the Sniper Subsonics, which I'm a little concerned about. Holy crap. The added mass of the 60 grain round in this NAA, which already kicks a lot for a 22, is noticeable. It kicks back a lot more than the Federal. You can probably see on... Jesus. Alright, we have 2 identical cans of beef broth. I'm going to put them out on the target, and we're going to see how the Federal does against the Super Subsonic in terms of damage. So I don't know how many rounds it's going to take for me to hit it with the Super Subsonic, but we'll see. Okay, there's the target set up. Zoom in a little bit for you. I'm going to shoot the left one with the 22 Federal, the middle one with the Aguila Cobra, and the last one with the Super Subsonic. Alright, here goes the Federal. Aguila Cobra. I'm not sure that even hit, but it sounded like it hit something. Let me run and set up the other one. Nothing. Round 3. There we go. I'll take out the middle one, see if I can hit that with the Cobra as well, or the Super Subsonic. There we go. Okay, before we get to the cans, I want to show you exactly what the Aguila Cobra did. It hit the 2x4 and just barely stuck in there. I'll pry it out in a second with my knife and see if I can show you what it looks like, but it just barely stuck in there. Now, Federal, it entered there, split the can open, and exited there. Got a nice little dime-sized hole in it. Split the can right there. The Super Subsonic, I believe, went in there and blew out a good quarter-sized hole there. So it did quite a bit of damage. It is a 60 grain bullet. You're going to have trouble hitting anything, but whatever it hits is getting hit hard. So Mr. Squirrel is in trouble if you can actually hit him with that bastard. And this is what it did to the corn. It entered the corn there. It didn't split it open because the corn has a little more mass to it. And it blew right through, and that's the exit hole. It took a good quarter-sized chunk out of that and just blew it apart, went straight through that corn. So it does quite a bit of damage, but hitting the damn thing is the hard part. Okay, I went ahead and pried that Cobra out of there, and that's what it looks like after it hit the 2x4. It barely stuck into it, barely had enough power to stick in there. That part was showing. So there's not much to these little rounds. They're not very accurate, but they're very, very quiet if that's what you're looking for.